From the High Definition Production Center of Troy University's Broadcast and Digital Network at Troy, Alabama's International University, this is Troy TrojanVision News.
Hello and welcome to Troy TrojanVision News for February 7th, 2017. I'm Samantha Charles.
And I'm Sarah Singletary. Thank you for joining us this evening. Mental illness in the life of a professional athlete was the focus of a film shown last night at Troy University. Jason Snyder has the details.
Every year, students from all across the state of Alabama gather at the State House steps for Higher Education Day. And this
On Monday night, Troy University welcomed filmmaker Rick Goldsmith to campus to show his film Mind Game, The Unquiet Journey of Shamik Holdsclaw. The film told the story of how Holdsclaw, a former professional basketball player, dealt with mental illness.
I used a celebrity superstar athlete to show a very, very common story, which is a struggle with mental illness. And it's something that happens to millions of people throughout the country every day, every year. And I think that her struggles, while unique to her, are very representative of what happens everywhere.
Goldsmith hopes that the struggles shown in the film will help people relate to dealing with mental illness.
By giving a picture, a candid picture of what happens every day and some of the struggles that she goes through, I think that it can maybe help people and families who are struggling with mental illness in their midst to deal with it and deal with it positively.
And one student in attendance says that the lessons she learned from the film may help in her chosen career someday.
For me, I'm a psychology major, so basically my career will be helping people with mental disorders. And I love the fact that Troy thought to bring this here and let everyone see the story of this woman who overcame being mentally ill.
Jason Snyder, Troy TrojanVision News.
Last night's film was a part of the Southern Circuit Film Series at Troy University.
The Student Government Association is leading the charge on Troy's campus to recruit students for this year's Higher Education Day rally in Montgomery. Lauren Harkson has more on how the SGA is preparing for the event.
Every year, students from all across the state of Alabama gather at the State House steps for Higher Education Day. And this year is no different for Troy students.
But right now, we're doing signups for Higher Ed Day, which is February 23rd. What that entails, you get a free class excuse, you get a free Chick-fil-A biscuit for those first 250 students that get there. We're going to leave earlier in the morning, but you'll get a free lunch. You'll get a free ride to Montgomery. I always usually try and take some of my friends to tour the State House, so if anyone's interested in that, you get a free tour.
Any Troy student is eligible to attend Higher Ed Day, as Caitlin Smith explains.
We have our sign-ups here at the table, and so we'll be here. You can sign up on the link that we'll post on @TroySGA on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram, so the link is all there for you. So really anyone can sign up if you're a Troy student and you want to have higher funding for higher education.
Smith's passion for Higher Ed Day stems from being involved since her freshman year, and she explains why Higher Ed Day is so important.
Ever since I've been at Troy, I've been in SGA, and we've always gone to Higher Ed Day. I think it's beneficial for us to have higher funding for education because, I mean, this is our lives. This is how we start going into the process of graduating and getting a real job. And so to fund higher education, we have more opportunity. So I believe that everyone should go.
The last day to sign up for the Higher Education Rally is on February 22nd. Lauren Harkson, Troy TrojanVision News.
And this just in, we just got word that tonight's SGA meeting has been canceled due to inclement weather. And in the fall during football season, Troy University celebrates homecoming. However, during basketball season, there is something a little different.
Troy's Freshman Forum puts on Hoopcoming, and the group is already in full swing getting ready for the big game. Sarah Drake shows us what's going on.
Hoopcoming is like the big homecoming version for basketball. So, you know, we have all the events and everything for homecoming and football where we kind of spin it a little bit for our basketball.
During the week, Freshman Forum will have a table set up in Trojan Center for students to vote on their favorite Hoopcoming candidate by placing money in the candidate's jar.
And instead of just big events and a lot of fundraisers, what we do is we come in TC and we set up a bunch of jars. And in those jars, we collect change from people walking through. And so each candidate for Hoopcoming King has has their own little jar, and on that jar is their foundation that they are raising money for, their philanthropy.
A photo sharing competition that factors into who wins will also be taking place on Facebook this week.
On Facebook, each of the candidates has their own post, and whoever gets the most shares is also weighed into it. So it's kind of like a mix of social media and collecting money.
The candidate with the most funds collected will be crowned Hoopcoming King and receive all of the money raised throughout the week to give to the philanthropy of his choice.
The winner gets all the money donated, and it all goes to their philanthropy that they chose. So let's say I put $50 in Alpha Gam's jar, but Kaio's person won. Well, my $50 would actually go to Kaio's philanthropy that they chose. The winner gets all the money at the end.
The winner will be announced during the men's basketball game on February 20th against Appalachian State. Sarah Drake, Troy, TrojanVision News.
And the main Hoopcoming events will take place during the women's basketball matchup against App State on the 16th.
Now, the latest in Trojan sports on Troy TrojanVision News.
Welcome back into Trojan sports. Now, second place is much better than third, but it's not better than first. But for now, it'll just have to do for the Trojans and Chandler-Rigby as they improve their record in conference play to 8-2 with a Saturday victory over South Alabama. But now the Trojans turn their sights towards Louisiana. Head coach Chandler-Rigby with a brief overview of the matchups ahead.
Well, we head on over to play Monroe first. It's always a tough shooting night for us usually in that arena, and so we hope to change that this year. But in the past, it's been tough to score in there. So we got to get that win on Thursday, and then Saturday we have a huge game against Louisiana Lafayette. They play so similar to us. They're up and down the floor. They play so fast, and it's always really tough playing in the Cajun Dome.
You heard her, always tough down in Cajun territory, but the Trojans will get started in Monroe first Thursday night with a 6 p.m. tip-off. And now, sliding into softball, safe. It's not uncommon for a coach to name one or two players to be on the lookout for their new season as it's about to start. But for softball, Coach Beth Mullins knows she's dealing with some new Trojans, and she loves her team so much, like this much, she couldn't just name one. Take a listen.
I mean, really all of them. We've got a young team, and I think there's going to be a lot of new faces out there. So, you know, we don't really talk about any one individual. I think they have really good team chemistry this year, and we have a lot of great upperclassmen that have helped the underclassmen kind of come along. So I think, you know, you're going to hear a lot of names. I think, you know, all 17 of them have the possibility of being in the lineup, so it's going to be fun.
Though Coach Mullins didn't give any players to look out for, I will. How about junior outfielder Carly Kaler, who hit for a .298 average with 7 round trippers and 31 RBIs last season? And sticking to softball, they hosted their annual Fan Day event along with the baseball team over at Riddle Pace Field on Saturday, where it looked much nicer and felt better than it does today. I would know because I was there. And yes, I even got the softball team to sign a team poster for me. Fan Day. For a fan, one of the better events of an athletic year. And on Saturday, the Troy baseball and softball teams held their annual event, introducing their teams and signing team posters.
Yeah, I just feel like our folks want to get to know our student athletes, and this is a great opportunity, a great way to do that. Not only introduce them, but give them a chance to interact with them, get down here on the field, get some autographs, and this is always one of my favorite events just because you get to see that aspect of it.
Though it's a day for the fans, the players also gained something as well.
But our student athletes really gained something from feeling the support, feeling like you said the community wants to come out and see them be successful and really be behind them as the season begins.
You know, it's easier to play when you know people have your back, and it's a big deal. I mean, I think this is making their day right now, seeing the long lines and all these people here to support them.
Coach Mullins joked about maybe being a Troy legend one day like Coach Smart, but the support she sees from the fans, she's very grateful for.
To have this amount of fans come out and support both our teams is huge. I mean, it's gotten bigger every single year, and I think it just shows how awesome the Troy community is and how supportive they are of both programs.
Now, Fan Day is an important event for the players, but as one coach explains, one of her favorite parts of the entire event is seeing the smile that it puts on the fans' faces.
I mean, truly getting to put faces, you know, get to meet everybody that you see in the stands and just listen to them talk about how great our girls are, whether they've met them in the classroom or out in the community, and how excited they are for the season. I mean, that's just makes my day.
From nice weather in Troy to the beautiful weather of Boca Raton, Florida this weekend. That's what's on deck for the Trojans softball team as their season blasts off, while the baseball team gets another week of preparation before they welcome in the Xavier baseball team for a weekend showdown beginning February 17th.